Welcome back, everybody. We think we've got the technical difficulty figured out and fixed. You were here for part of show number one. We are sorry about the disconnect, but we believe it was a credentials issue. Somehow, terms of service got updated. We did not see that, did not approve, and I think it decided that if you don't do that, you can't use that thing until you do. And so we had to log all the way back out, log in, approve that, and now it seems like everything is going okay. We're going to keep a really close eye. We could not find where we had packet losses or anything like that in the last one, so hoping it's better. But we are ready for show number two, and that is the Jess and Jim Steakhouse 360 Wing Sprint Car Series final leg of the Pennsylvania Swing, season number 25. They started off at Williams Grove. They moved to Port Royal. They went to Lernerville. Now they're at Lincoln. It's going to take a little while for the PA champion to be crowned. But we got to go compile those points. And while that will be something we'll do after the next, probably week or so. But by the time we come back for racing again, we should know who the PA champion was. We'll announce that. Try to get an interview with them. Make sure that they're here for the race in 2 weeks. But we'll be off next week. We'll be having a show, but we will not be having a Monday Night Thunder show. We should be having the first prelim night of the Triple Crown Showdown, which will be 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Again, Jess and Jim's behind them on that. But the guys will be trying to get qualified into the finale for the Triple Crown Showdown on December the 7th. More about that as we go on. Just a couple of minutes in the server. 20 drivers have checked in, so a full field of drivers. Some of the best 360 swing sprint car drivers on the service in here. Matt Grimm, the quickest in the session right now. Via his 3 wins, and he is not here tonight. I think he is still out in real life, probably coming home from a West Coast swing out California and out that way racing a real car. Little Hurricane Mason Hannigan, he's got a commanding lead. He could afford a week off. He's going to be missed. This is his second week, I think, to miss, so we will see. Williams Grove was the first show with the big blocks. A little bit of a rough go for the guys, but we'll try to go back and re-air that feature here since we don't have any other shows this week, and we will try to get that all together. Maybe just erase all those shows and go again, but we'll just have to see. We had driver interviews the first time around. We didn't get to get them at the end of it, so try to talk to those guys and see what we can come up with. But should be a good one. Make sure you shout out in the chat. Let us know where you're at. Don't care if it's YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo. Say hi. Let us know where you're watching from, and if you're on Facebook, do the same, but make sure you like, share, and follow over there. Subscribe on the other 3. Not much this week. Officially, we'll be back on Thursday night for the 3rd annual Paul Nichols Memorial Turkey Trot 100. That's Big Block Modifieds 100 lapper at Knoxville. That'll be about a 9:30 Eastern start, so make sure you tune in for that if you can't race. If you can race, make sure that you ask for the link to register for the special prize. Every participant will receive one if they register. Practice session coming to an end. I believe the boys are back this week to random draw heats. I don't think we have qualifying. Thank goodness for small favors. We love to let them qualify. We're just not excited about it at the moment, so things have been a little tough. Hello, Deb. Good to see you in the chat. All right, that's going to do it. Yeah, we will not have qualifying, so we will go straight to it. Random heat draws, just like you walked in, drew a pill. This is where you start your heat. It's going to be the 6 of Doc Watson on the pole, and he'll have the 95 of Dakota Kuhn, a PA driver, in for the final leg of the PA sweep. 32, Tom Ostendorf, row 2 to the inside, next to the 21 of Roman Gephardt. Then Dean Reynolds in the 79 starts row number 3, and he's got the 91 of Matt Grimm. Grimm, the quickest in the qualifying session. We see him on Sunday nights in that Pro Challenge Series, and he is always fast. And then unlucky again with the draw tonight here. Black Diamond Motorsports driver number 90, Trevor Royer. He will start 7th. Everybody's going to the show, so now it's just about getting yourself a good starting spot into that A main. 35 laps the distance for the A main tonight. I still have a little anxiety over all of the problems that we had with our Streamlabs a little while ago, and I am feeling just a little anxious. I'm ready for these guys to get going. We were here last night for the 410 show with the Aces Up group, and the 410 cars didn't like this track a whole lot. We'll find out if the 360s like it a little better. So Pace Truck getting out of the way. That means that Watson and Kuhn will keep us at pace speed, bring us around to 3 and 4. There's a cone down here where they know to get started at. They'll come around to it, picking up a little speed, speed. Oh, green flag early tonight on this one. Flagman anxious to get things going. We're underway. Out of 2. Watson's got the lead. Kuhn slid into second. Gephardt up to third. Ostendorf. Oh, Ostendorf clips the inside wall. He is going to fly across the track, and he's going to get Matt Grimm. Caution, caution, caution. Wow, that got ugly, and that got ugly real fast. We're going to watch Matt Grimm here. Down the backstretch, he's going to come into 3 and 4. Tom Ostendorf clips the fence and then takes him straight to the wall. And Ostendorf just got in a little low. And he is going to clip the fence down here. He's going to shoot right across the track to the right. Right there. Boom. Broke the suspension. No control in the car. Matt Grimm, wrong place, wrong time. And unfortunately for him, okay, we are live. I didn't think that thing advanced. That's a little creepy. So Watson, Kuhn, Gephardt, Reynolds, Royer to 5th, with Grimm and Ostendorf off of the track. I don't think we got 3 laps in. I think we might have got 2. If we got that, we'll see what that lap counter resets to here once we take our green. But they're going to start single file, fight. They better not fight. Ooh, that would be terrible. The guys down the pits might be fighting. You never know.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag. Gephardt. Move to the inside, takes it 3 wide. He and Kuhn going to make contact. He's going to be able to keep it going. Thus a damaged car, but he's going to be able to hang on there for 5th probably. Advances it to the pit, so we'll get the guys shuffled back through. Give it a moment. Still 6 to go. Now we're down to 5. Kuhn with the slider brings it to the middle. He did not know where Watson was. He left enough room, and he's still going to get the spot. Trevor Royer now makes a pass up to 3rd. He's going to move for 2nd. Watson got out of shape in 2. He's going to lose not 1 but 2 spots. He'll fall all the way to 4th. As Dean Reynolds got past him as well there in that purple and white number 79. And now can Royer run down Kuhn? Be 3 to go this time out of turn number 4. Trevor Royer running hard on the high side. Big run out of turn number 2. Not quite there, and Kuhn's going to go cover the top this time himself. Royer not there yet. He's close. This time with a run on the high side. Kuhn shuts the door once again. White flag coming out this time, and I thought Royer was going to get enough of a run across. He goes in, slider in 1 and 2. Had to wait for the car that's going to let Kuhn get side by side. Royer will have the high side. Can he drive it through the exit and steal the win on the last lap? Yes, he can. From worst to first in heat number 1, Trevor Royer picks up the win. He and Dakota Kuhn, great battle. Very good racing. Kuhn 2nd, Reynolds, Watson, Gephardt, Grimm, and Ostendorf. And that was a solid finish to a great race. So now we'll take a look at heat number 2, and this is how we'll line them up. It's going to be Old Whiskers, the 91 of Ernie Williams on the pole. With the 110, the Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley on his outside. Row 2, the 6, Scott Thomason will start there, and he'll have the Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby, in the 7 on his outside. We'll see the 73 of Larry Moody inside row number 3 with Ryan Scheidt in the 10 on his outside. And tail end Charlie for heat number 2. It's going to be the 23 of Jonathan White. And Larry Moody not making the call for the heat. Interesting enough. This one of Larry Moody's fortes. He is a pretty accomplished sprint car driver. So we'll bring him around, show him that the start line is right about here. Pace truck will get out of the way the next time. 6 of them. Moody's going to get the start in the feature. All 21 cars will make the start. We take 22 anyway, so 21 will make it. All right, Williams and Hanley. What, 3 years ago on this streaming service, you would have heard those names on a nightly basis, battling it out in every car we could possibly think to run. Out of 1 and 2, Scott Thomason moves to the inside, takes the spot away from Hanley, move him to second. Hanley is third, and Silby now into the 4th spot, and he is still trying to charge forward. He is following Thomason on the bottom, and those two making it work down there low. Silby's up to 3rd, now goes to the high side. Hanley was tucked in behind. He gave a little bit of space. He'll settle back to 4th. Scheidt is up to 5th. Jonathan White in the 6th spot. Larry Moody did come out for what appears a lap or 2, but I'm not sure what happened to him. It's all Williams out front. 0.6 of a second. Thomason still running that bottom side. Now Thomason with a move out of 2 because Williams got out of shape, and he'll have the lead. First time Scott Thomason out front. Kevin Hanley up to 2nd. Silby to 3rd. Scheidt and White side by side. Ernie Williams had a problem. I think he got into the fence in 3 and 4, and he might have broke his car. He took it straight to the infield, and he'll keep it there for the remainder of heat number 2. Hanley and Silby not done yet. Silby trying to work back by Hanley. Good cut down there, and he just can't get to the inside. Force Hanley to give him that exit line. Hanley with the cut down. Covers the exit at 2. White flag coming out this time, and finally Silby and Hanley get together. Hanley's going to get the short end of the stick. Ryan Scheidt's going to be the beneficiary. He's going to move to 2nd. Silby's going to be up to the 3rd spot, but it's all Scotty T. Scott Thomason winning heat 2. Scheidt, Silby, White, Hanley, Williams, and Moody. Coming around to get the white flag. Hanley and Silby get together. They were fighting for the same piece of real estate. So we'll get ready for our 3rd and final heat race. 7 cars scheduled once again. The 21 of Garrett Boyd will have the pole. He'll be next to the 62 of Rory Collins. Your 2nd row, Tiny Dancer in the 118. Inside, Jesse Bandy, the 49 outside. And then 3rd row, the 11 of Richie Gaines next to the 25 of Tyler Wineland. And the 54 of the Flying Buckeye, Matt Westfall, will start. Tail end Charlie. I don't see Jesse Bandy just yet. There's Gaines, there's Wineland, there's Westfall, and there comes that 49 car. So the final heat race about to roll off. We will have a short warm-up session in between, and then all 21 drivers will get out here for 35 laps in tonight's feature for the Jess and Jim Steakhouse 360 Wing Sprint Cars on Monday Night Thunder with the Dirt Slingers Racing League. And oh my goodness, what happened to Rory Collins? He just took the car and went right to the fence. That's going to cause us a caution. Well, maybe not. He's going to get it moved to the pits. That was weird. Like, suddenly he went blind. He didn't turn. He didn't do anything. He just shot right over there to the outside wall. Hopefully he'll get that fixed before we get to feature time so he can come out and run in the feature. All right. Pace truck leaving the racing service. That means it's Boyd and Bandy on the front row. Wineland and King in row 2. And Westfall and Gaines in row number 3.
Green, green, green.
And Boyd, the green flag. He's going to get a good start, even though starter kind of got the better of those guys. Comes to one. I got to get a little closer. Little contact. Bandy and King. And King looking like he's using a wing that's several years old. It's got duct tape for everything on it. That is fantastic. That is budget racer classic right there, I tell you what. Scotty King with the beauty wing. Giving her all she's got down the backstretch. He's second, but right now Wineland moves to the inside. Slider, I thought it was coming. He did not drive it all the way to the center of the corner. It didn't matter. He got the spot anyway, and he opens the door for Bandy. Bandy now up to third. I think Scotty King. Oh, Scotty. Scotty not having a great season. Goes down, gets in. Oh, he just overcooked his grits getting into turn number 1. And he puts her in the fence, so he's going to have to find another wing to put on that car. Maybe somebody loaned him one down there in the pit. So we're going to be under caution. We're going to have about 5 to go. Boyd, Wineland, Bandy, Gaines, Westfall, and then King and Collins both out in the pit. So Lincoln Speedway is small. It is not the biggest track on the circuit by far. It's just over 0.3 of a mile, as you can see. Average night, pretty good humidity. But this track races so tight. Everything is so close. If you make a tiny mistake, it becomes something really big really quick. So, just about ready to get back to green to end heat number 2. Before laps remaining, we got to the halfway point of that heat. Boyd started on the pole. He'll restart us here on the point.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in there. Oh, Tyler Wineland did not anticipate that well, and he kind of stacked everybody behind him up. He's going to let Gaines get to the high side. He and Westfall will be side by side coming out of 2. Bandy was able to drive it. Low contact between Westfall and Bandy. I don't know. That was a nice little pirouette from Westfall. Battle for the lead out of 2. Wineland going down the bottom of 3 and 4. And he is going to have the spot coming to 2 to go. Boyd back to second. Gaines is third. Bandy's a ways back and forth, and Westfall is in behind him. Those cars both damaged. And Westfall taken to the pits. White flag in the air. Wineland driving away, stretching this thing out. He'll win heat number 3. Boyd and Gaines second and third. And then a distant Jesse Bandy, who kind of got tangled up with Westfall. They were able to keep the cars going. Westfall had damage. He had to go to the pits, and Bandy will come home in the 4th spot. We'll get ready for warm-up time and a feature. And we'll probably try to talk to our man, Larry Moody, and find out what happened to him in his heat race here during our break. So it looks like they'll give them the track here. I don't know how long. We'll find out. Larry Moody, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man, a couple things. How long are you going to give the boys in the warm-up to iron this track down?
1 minute.
All right, now take off your admin's hat, put your helmet on, and you missed your heat race. Technical difficulties?
I had to fire the crew chief. He forgot to put fuel in it.
Yeah, that's a good reason to get rid of a crew chief. Well, you go make sure you got her full of fuel, get you some laps in out there. Good luck in the feature, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Larry Moody, driver of the 73, Jess and Jim Steakhouse. Let's see if we can fire you. Yeah, there's old Larry Moody right there. Get down here, get a good close look. There's the Jess and Jims on the side of that 73. Looks like he's going to roll her in there. Somebody bit it pretty hard in the fence back there. 21 of them are going to go at it here in just a minute. It looks like we're already down to advancing the session. So we'll get things squared away. We'll start getting cars out on the grid. Everybody will be checking their fuel. While they're doing that, let's start looking at it. This is how we're going to line them up. It's going to be the 90 of Trevor Royer on the point. He'll have the 6 of Scott Thomason on his outside. Taylor Wineland. Row number 2 to the inside with Dakota Kuhn in the 95 on the outside of that row. The 10 of Ryan Scheidt. Row 3 next to the 21 of Garrett Boyd. Dean Reynolds in the 79. In row 4 next to Craig Silby in the 7. Your 5th row will be the 11 of Richie Gaines inside, the 66 of Doc Watson on the outside. As we'll move back to row number 6, we find Jonathan White, the 23, Jesse Bandy in the 49 there, side by side. And then Roman Gephardt, the 21, Kevin Hanley, the 110, making up row number 7. Tiny Dancer Scott King in a row number 8 next to the 32 of Tom Ostendorf. The 91 of Ernie Williams. No luck tonight so far. We'll see if he can drive from the back to the front and bring Matt Westfall in the 54 with him. Those 2 drivers in row number 9. Row 10, Matt Grimm, the 91, Larry Moody, the 73, and then our final starter tonight, the 62 of Roy Collins. Hopefully he got his issues fixed, and we won't watch him go straight into the fence on the warm-up lap here. Trevor Royer, looking to be a first-time winner this season. So far, Hannigan has won 3, Williams has picked up a win, and Griggs picked up the win last week at Port Royal, the 21 of Roman Gephardt. Issues for him right off the start. Something about Lincoln Speedway and technical difficulties. It's been kind of weird in Pennsylvania tonight. I don't know what the deal is. We had problems. A couple of the drivers in the big blocks had problems, and now several drivers in here in our sprint cars are having issues. So, pace truck out of the way. That means it is going to be time. Go green, lightning, and thunder for the Jess and Jim Steakhouse 360 wing sprint cars. Final leg of the PA swing from Lincoln Speedway. They're underway. Royer with a good jump. Thomason grabs second, but he's got a hungry pack of hounds behind there. Jostling for position back there at about 4th through 10th. 2 and 3 wide. Now they get it sorted out about 2 wide. Scheidt down on the bottom. Boyd way up high. That's Dean Reynolds in the purple and white car. And then Kiwi Conqueror Craig Silby in that red number 7. That's 7th and 8th. Caution for the first time. Ostendorf and Collins look like they are going to get tangled up here. And I'm not sure which one. Oh, this is just a stack up. That's Westfall in the 54. Doc Watson in that 6 car. And then into the corner. Yeah, and Ostendorf. Thought that Collins was going to get going a little quicker. Here comes Gephardt, and Gephardt was the one trying to play catch-up. So that's why we got the caution. They'll shuffle some things around. Gephardt got out. It looks like he stayed on the lead lap. So everybody's on the lead lap. We don't have to do any wave arounds. I might be wrong. Maybe he's not. Yeah, he's going to fall back. He was on the lead lap anyway, so he'll fall back. They'll move him back just a little ways. Trevor Royer, Scott Thomason, Dakota Kuhn, Taylor Wineland, Ryan Scheidt, Garrett Boyd, Roman Gephardt shows seventh. He's not in seventh. He's going to fall all the way back. Be Sylvie in seventh, Reynolds in eighth, Gaines in ninth, and Gephardt will keep falling because Bandy's in 10th. So that's our top 10 right now. It's kind of confusing. They thought they had a wave around. They do not. So they'll bring him to the back, and he will have to start right there. I'm sure they're going to have to do a clear. So, all right, restart.
Green, green.
Working a lap number 4. Royer got him another good one. We're going to watch behind them a little bit here. Wineland, Scheidt, Kuhn, Boyd, and Silby. The single file restart may give us a moment. Oh, Scotty Thomason all over the place. The front end of the 6 car. Popping wheelies all the way down the front stretch. He clipped the fence there in turn number 4. And he is going to fall from about 2nd to about 6th real quick here. Give him settlement in 5 temporarily, but there goes Boyd. That means he lost 5 spots in the span of a lap, and now he gets 1 back.
And caution is out.
And caution
is out.
again. This is going to be an ugly crash, I think, folks. Well, let's see where it starts. Jonathan White at 23, a little out of shape. There comes Hanley. I think Larry Moody is somewhere right here behind this. Oh, yeah, that's right there. That just starts some things. And damage. So that just started some stuff. Just down the front stretch, it looked like there is a bump out right there, and it looks like he caught it. Put him across into Hanley. Hanley slid out, collected Moody. We'll have a handful of guys not on the track for just a little bit. Only 18 remaining. Second caution, we are 7 laps in. So the guys will get a handle on this place. A couple of PA racers at the front. Imagine that. A PA track, the PA guys go to the front. Royer, Kuhn, Wineland, Scheidt, and Boyd are at the top 5. Thomason finally got things settled back in 6th. Silby 7th. Reynolds, Bandy, and Gaines through 10. Oh, Tiny Dancer's up there in that 11th spot with his makeshift wing, his Salvation Army wing. The thing's got duct tape. Scott King Designs and the number 118 on it, but green flag back in the air. Royer once again with a good run down the front stretch, and he'll lead them through 1 and 2 by about a half a second. Battles for second right here. Wineland got to the inside of Kuhn. Can he bring it out of 4 and keep the spot? No, he cannot. Too much momentum on the high side, and Dakota Kuhn maintains second. Ryan Scheidt now trying to work the inside on the 25. They go in, door gets shut on the entry, and Scheidt will keep the pressure on. He's going to keep going after Wineland, I can promise you that. Ryan Scheidt relentless when he gets the opportunity. Garrett Boyd's still 5th. Thomason is still 6th. Scotty had problems out of 4 a few laps ago. Got the front end of the car up in the air, and then hippity-hopped it like a bunny all the way down the front stretch, back and forth, and he lost about 5 spots real quick. Settled in. Now he's trying to fight back. Dean Reynolds behind that. Jesse Bandy, Richie Gaines, Craig Silby back to 10th. Silby was up in the top 7 or 8. Don't look now, but here comes Whiskers, and he ain't on the bottom, folks. The Catfish not working the bottom at all. He's working the high side. And Ernie Williams. Oh, up against the top. Scott Thomason. That's a problem for. No, that's not Thomason. That was Richie Gaines. I'm sorry. Richie Gaines found some problems down there in turns 3 and 4, and he's going to give up a couple of spots. Move Williams to 10th, and he's still battling Silby. Going back to the front, Wineland now around Kuhn. Starting to stretch it out. Scheidt still trying to work on the 95 car, put himself on the podium. Garrett Boyd is still 5th. He's healthy gap over Scott Thomason. Bandy 6th, Reynolds 7th, and Williams up to 9th. Scotty King battling to get into the top 10, and he and Craig Silby having a great battle. So whatever they needed to fix, I think they got it done on the 118 car, even with the duct tape. Here comes Matt Grimm. 12th position, working the high side, and he is rolling forward. Picked up 7 spots so far. Not your big mover. It's going to be Ernie Williams, and Ernie Williams is looking to pick up his 10th position since we dropped the green flag. Got to get the rest of the way around Bandy. He was there for a moment. Now out of 4, looks like he might have enough momentum. Move him up to 7th. He's picked up 10 positions. He's your hard charger for sure right now, and a lot more work to do. He could use a caution right here. Royer getting away. 1 3/4 seconds through turns 1 and 2 over Wineland, and Wineland is maintaining about 7/10 over Kuhn, and Kuhn has got company. Ryan Scheidt, relentless. Like I said, relentless Ryan. He is all over him. Hasn't given up on trying to get that spot. He needs a good run out of turn 2, and he just didn't get the car set to get that drive up off the corner. Boyd is still 5th, and he is quite a ways behind that battle for 3rd and 4th, and a little ways ahead of Scotty Thomason, who just gave up 6th to Ernie Williams. Drop him to 7th. Williams up to the 6th spot, and Williams is 7 seconds off the lead. Leader getting into lap traffic. That's Tom Ostendorf in the 32 right there. He'll go a lap down on track. We're crossing under the 15 to go mark. Wineland is still 2nd, running the middle and the bottom. Bottom on the straightaways, middle in the corners. Kuhn trying to do the same. He's in 3rd. Now he started to open up a gap on Ryan Scheidt. Lap car. Not a problem for Kuhn. We'll see if it's a problem for Scheidt. He goes inside. Lap car goes high. Gap closes a little bit. Garrett Boyd still 5th. He's got about 1.7 seconds on Ernie Williams, and if Williams can get to the top 5, that'll be the drive of the night right there. I have no doubts. Go back to the battle for 3rd. It's not settled quite yet, but Kuhn has started to open it up again. Royer working more lap traffic. He got around Doc. Watson goes a lap down. Now Collins will be right in front of him down the front stretch. 10 to go. And Royer out of 2 on the high side goes by. He puts Collins a lap down. Wineland still in traffic. He is working around the high side of the 54. Matt Westphal and, whoops, he is going to go around Doc Watson here momentarily, I think. There goes Royer. It'll be 8 to go this time. That battle for 3rd is starting to heat up again because Scheidt in traffic is reeling Kuhn in. Now it's going to depend on where the lap cars go. Will they go high and get Kuhn hung up, or will they go low and get Scheidt hung up? That time Westphal got a little out of shape. He's going to keep it going, but he made that an easy pass for Ryan Scheidt for sure. Now Scheidt off the bottom takes 3rd away momentarily by 1 car length. Lap car right in front of him, and will Kuhn have free reign to run the high side? Yes, he does. He gets it back at the line. They're going to split the lap car this time. Scheidt gets the advantage out of 2. Now Scheidt to the middle of 3 and 4. He keeps the spot. Move Ryan Scheidt at 5 to go into the top 3. These guys are reeling in Wineland, and Wineland is losing more ground to Royer. Royer's off of turn 4. He's coming to the 4 to go signal. Garrett Boyd. Oh, Ernie Williams had problems. He took the car to the infield after a brilliant run through the field. Oh, boy, Boyd and Westphal. Woo! Close call. Good driving. Both drivers. Way to keep it off each other. Keep this thing green. We're inside 3 to go. Trevor Royer, open track in front of him. Popsicle sticks out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Royer, smart, smooth right now down the backstretch. 2.73 seconds that time. White flag in hand for the starter. Royer on cruise control, started on the pole, never gave up the lead for 1 second. That time almost got into the lap car. Scotty Thomason's in the fence. It doesn't matter. Royer's going to win it. Wineland second. Scheidt will come home third. Kuhn and Boyd 4 and 5. So we'll wait for our drivers. While we do, let's take a quick look at our results. Royal Wineland and Scheidt 1, 2, 3. Kuhn and Boyd 4 and 5. Reynolds in 6th. Bandy 7th. Grimm 8th. King 9th. Good run for Scotty King. Silby 10th. Collins 11th. Watson was 12th. Westfall 13th. Thomason 14th. Ostendorf 15th. Ernie Williams, after a brilliant drive through the field, collapses and finishes 16th, 7 laps down. Richie Gaines was 17th. White 18th. Hanley, Moody, and Gephardt rounding out the field, and those guys kind of just got caught up in some nonsense there, and of their own volition did not cause themselves the problems that they ended up with. So we'll grab our drivers. We'll get them in the waiting room. We need Ryan Scheidt. We need Taylor Wineland, and we need Trevor Royer. We are sure they will make it. We'll give them a moment. There's Trevor Royer, our winner. Nothing tomorrow. Nothing Wednesday unless we re-air the Big Block Show, but we'll come back to that as we have. The driver that finishes in third tonight, and I know he had to fight hard to get up to third, Ryan Scheidt. That was a pretty interesting drive tonight here at Lincoln.
Yeah, thanks. A little tricky for me, for whatever reason. The setup I had, there was a little bump going into one on the bottom. I could just never let the car settle down the way I needed to let it settle down. And then the times I did, I'd rip out a 2 down the backstretch and then just kind of screw myself on a turn 3 entry because someone else would be there where I wanted to run. So this track can be fun.
Yeah, it looked like once we kind of got through the initial, bumps and grinds, everybody kind of settled in. We worked into lap traffic, and that kind of helped play a role in getting you third place there.
Yeah. Part of it, I guess. So
always a part of it. But it's fun to go work the lap traffic, especially, and I don't know how predictable those guys were, but it seemed like most of them were being pretty respectful and trying to stay out of the way, let you guys race for it.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone seemed to be holding their line and just doing their own thing, which definitely helps when you're trying to get around them. You can see it, when they're half a straightaway ahead of you. You can kind of predict what they're doing and kind of set yourself up for what you need to do when you come to them.
Well, a great run tonight, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate with your teammates.
Yeah, thanks. All the guys at Black Diamond, Tim Nichols with Tim Sims, Ross at Velocity Designs, Nate with Totally Tinted, and Zach with Rounds, Wraps, and Tints. And then you all for putting this deal on and broadcasting.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week, sir. Or no, actually,
thanks. We
want you in the Triple Crown next week, and then we'll see you back for league racing the following week.
Yeah, I don't run hardly any of those cars, so I might make the Monday 360, or if it was Tuesday, I can't remember.
It's Monday.
But I don't know if I'll run any of the other ones.
That's all right. Go get registered. You can only pick one in the finale anyway, so there you go. Get qualified in on the one you like.
Perfect. Lernerville is fun, so.
All right, man. Thanks, Ryan.
Yep,
Ryan Scheidt finishing in third. Oh, no, we can't do that. We can do this, though. We can grab the driver of the 25. Taylor Wineland, you there?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you fought hard, but it looked like a 90 car just was the class of the field tonight.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd get a caution there. Them last 10 laps or so. I took a little bit too long getting around Dakota there. By the time I did get around him, Trevor kind of checked out a little bit. By the time I did start getting in a groove. We caught lap traffic there, and yeah, I just trying to focus on getting through that clean and just salvaging the second place, I guess.
Well, it's not really often that, especially in a place like this, where it's kind of tricky anyway, to get into lap traffic, but it didn't seem to slow him down. And like you said, by the time you got where you could really try to, let the horses run, you had to work a little lap traffic. And I don't know how much it slowed you down, but it looked like it did make some effect in some of the lane choices you had to make.
Yeah, it definitely. I wouldn't necessarily say it slowed me down. Them lap cars there were pretty good about holding their line. I'd come up as I was coming up to them. A lap before that, I'm kind of watching them, seeing where they're running, and they were all pretty well running a good line. So I wouldn't say it slowed me down, but definitely couldn't open it up all the way around there. So, but yeah, that's a good win for Trevor, and take a second place.
All right, man, give me some shout outs before we let you get out of here tonight.
25 Enterprise, House of Speed, NLR, and y'all for putting on the broadcast. We appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the night, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks. Taylor Wineland finishing in second now. He's had crappy luck or the best luck ever, and it just goes that way for this driver. Tonight he starts on the pole, he leads every lap, and he wins this thing going away. Trevor Royer, the class of the field for sure here tonight at Lincoln.
Yeah. I drew the 7 in the heat race too, and I was like, ooh. And man, I feel like I did all the hard work in my heat race, and then it was kind of just limited my mistakes in the feature. I did get a little sloppy there at the end of that feature. I think I had a couple close calls with the lappers too, but I was peeking down at the relative and seeing Taylor was he was picking up a 10th here and there at the end, and I definitely didn't want to see a yellow. Luckily, none came out. But yeah, like you said, my luck's been up and down. Last week I kind of screwed myself in the heat race. I had the wrong setup in at Port, and it ended up costing me for the rest of the night because I just kept getting caught up in stuff. But happy to put it back on the podium here, top step, and at probably my closest track, honestly. So
well, you make it 4 out of 6. 6 races, 4 different winners this season. And 5 of those 6 go to Black Diamond Motorsports drivers. What do you guys got going on over there that's making a BDM guy at the front pretty much every week?
Oh, we're kind of just a lot of communication between the guys. Tonight, Ernie and I were kind of running some similar setup, but Ryan kind of went off the beaten path from what we were running, and it seemed to work out for him a little bit. He was just telling me there was a couple things he wished he would have did differently. Same with me. I felt really good early on, and then like the last 10, I kind of felt like I was having trouble holding on to the front end of the car. For whatever reason, I couldn't figure out where I went in my top wing, but it's easy to complain, I guess, when I had that much of a lead. It was kind of just cruising around, staying out of trouble there the last half. But yeah, we're running really good right now. I love to see us dominate like we have been. Luckily Mason went on a little California trip out to help Jacob Denny with this USAC dealer. It probably would have been me chasing after him. Seems like the norm here lately. But yeah, team's running great. I love to see it.
All right, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go get with your buddies and celebrate.
Yeah, my team, Black Diamond Motorsports. Congrats to Ryan on the 3rd place finish. Ultimate Dirt TV, Drew Neal, 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Hopefully Tim can get the simulators up and running next year and be back at the track. I know there's quite a few people that look forward to hitting that up when they come to Eldora or the Chili Bowl or wherever it may be. So hopefully he can get that operation back up and going again. And thank you, Roger, DSSN, for putting this on every week. I'll be honest, I feel like the random draw is the way to go with this series. I'll just say I know the past couple weeks there.
You're gonna agree with
I
that?
don't know. Yeah, I don't. It just makes it makes a better show. Like Dakota PM'd me after that. He was like "F you," and I was like, I was like, we put on a show though, and
Yeah,
he was like,
did.
yeah, we did. So
Yes,
so
you
yeah,
guys
it
did.
puts on great racing because you never know where you're gonna end up.
Well, I'm surprised with the amount of luck that you have in that draw that you're a fan of that. But I am going to take that in consideration because that makes me feel better about it. We've tried it both ways because we get a little grief either way on that deal. And so we decided, you know what, we'll try it this way and we'll try it that way and we'll see which is better. And I don't know how much different. It makes the heat races a lot different sometimes, but I don't know how much it makes the feature different until you see somebody like Ernie Williams start 17th, drive that car all the way to 6th before he has a problem. And then you know it really is about the driver because he navigated all those cars, got all the way up there, and he made his own mistake. But he was on an 11-plus passing streak before that happened, and to put somebody like that at the back and have him drive to the front, I gotta say it's gotta all be on the driver. So the random draw can't be the most horrible thing in the world.
No, it's not. I mean, sometimes it's racing. Sometimes stuff happens, you know. Whether you're in the top 5 or whether you're running 15th. I mean, there's been plenty of races I've been running top 3 and I still get caught up in something in front of me. So. Yeah, I prefer the random draw. Kind of takes it out of the driver's hands a little bit. Like I drew the 7 tonight, and I had to go up and earn it. So, yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on that great run, man. That was a dominating performance. Hopefully we get to see you in the Triple Crown next week. We don't care which car. And then we'll see you back for round.
You already
number 7
know
in a
which
couple
car.
weeks.
I may
know.
show
I
up
have
in
no
the midget,
doubt.
but you already know for sure where I'm gonna be.
I had no doubt where you were going to put your heart for sure, whether you're going to try to qualify in the other one or not. But all right, man. We'll tell all your buddies get registered. Let's get that thing filled up and get going. Congrats again, my man.
All right, Roger. Appreciate it.
That is Trevor Royer. He's going to pick up the win tonight here at Lincoln. Fantastic drive for him, man. When you give him the opportunity in some clean track, he is somebody to definitely contend with. He just hasn't had all that luck every night, so good for him. Glad he picked up the win. We want to thank all of you for staying with us. If you came in for the first show, we are going to try to re-air that, possibly in its entirety, maybe just the feature tomorrow night or Wednesday night, depends on how much time we have. We should be good for Wednesday, I think, because we know everybody wanted to see that, and it got disconnected for whatever the credentials issue was. So we're going to try to re-air that for you. But without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the awesome leagues giving us great racing like we saw here tonight, there is nothing for us to cover. High fives, pats on the backs, hugs all around for that. Please be safe if you're traveling for Thanksgiving. Come back and see us again. Make sure that you tell everybody where you're watching the best sim racing on the planet, right here on the Dirt Racing Network and the Digital Sim Sports Network. Guide them to us. Like, share, and follow on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Till we see y'all the next time. Peace and love to everybody. The rough side needs to always face you down. At all times, you got to keep it dirty.